Natasha here for Cat Scrappiness, and today we're going to create a fun birthday shaker card. I'm going to be using some new sprinkles. These are called Rainbow Mouse sprinkles, and they just came out Friday. They're super cute and colorful. I'll be using the Everyday Quokka stamp set and dies, the Happy Day stamp set, and the fun layered party banner cover plate. And this is just so cute because all of these little pieces cut out so you can add the colorful banners. The paper I'll be using are all these different shades of blue and then a piece of Starlight Jewels Slimline paper with the blue and white stars. To begin, I'm going to start stamping my little Quokka and then the little cake image. This set is so fun because you can stamp your Quokka and have a whole bunch of different embellishments to use on different projects and throughout the year. But the birthday cake is perfect since we're making a birthday card. Once I was done stamping with black ink, I'm going to go over and do my stamping for the sentiment. Now for the sentiment, I wanted to stick with the blue theme, but I decided to have blue and black for the greeting. So I'm stamping the word happy with black ink, and then I'll be stamping the word birthday in a pretty shade of blue. I love that this stamp set includes different word pieces so you can build your own greeting, and the sentiment pieces or the words are not connected. So you can really customize like I'm doing here by having it black and blue to go with the paper that I'm using. And then I just added a little exclamation point before taking it over to my trimmer and trimming it down to size. And this is super easy as well. You just have to cut it on your trimmer until you get it just right. And then I decided to go in and add layers of coordinating colors for the greeting. Once I was done with all my stamping, it was time to color. And I'm going in and coloring this cute little Quokka with different shades of tan and brown. Just some simple coloring. I love the Quokka sets. Cat Scrappiness has several different sets that coordinate with their little Quokkas. They have clothing, and then they also have Quokka sets that have different Quokka images. And I'm just totally in love with this cute little Quokka. Once I was done with the base layer, I went in with another shade of a darker tan around the edges. I wanted to make sure we had a lot of color on this Quokka so it looked like it had the fur. So then I went in with a deeper brown and just kind of gave a fur look around the edges. And I like that it's darker on the edge and then it's lighter in the center, kind of like the light was shining on the Quokka. And I think he is just so cute. I think I like the nose the best on these little images, but they're really fun to color and just experiment with your coloring and get it any way that you want. Once I was done with the little image, I went in and colored the cake. I went with chocolate cake with some pink frosting and then some little strawberries on top. I just thought that the pink and the red look great together, and I added the pink to the cheeks and the ears of the Quokka too. You just have to have some pink cheeks on this little critter. And once I was done, we went over to my little mini die cutting machine, and I used the coordinating dies to cut the Quokka and the cake out. Since this is a mini plate that doesn't have a magnet or anything, I just use a piece of low-tack tape to just make sure that my die didn't slide around too much. And this is how it looks when they're all cut out. You can use this little Quokka alone, or you could just attach the little accessories. I'm going to attach the cake in between the arms to look like he's holding a piece of birthday cake. After I was done with the Quokka, I decided to go in and start cutting my little banners. There are several banners on this plate, so I wanted to make sure that I had a nice selection of colors. I went in with a variety of shades of blue. I thought it would look nice having from dark to light of the same shade, so not the same shade, but the same color family. So I'm having various shades of blue for my banners. Once I was done cutting enough triangles, I went in with this really pretty silver foil paper and then that large layered party banner cover plate. It just took one time to cut it right through, and it cuts perfectly. I love that about Cat Scrappiness dies. They cut really well. And then I decided to cut down this piece of Starlight Jewel Slimline paper to the same size as that cut banner center card. I want this to be the background. Since this is going to be a shaker card, I thought it would be fun, instead of having any words or too much going on, I wanted to have shaker bits in the middle and then have that cool star background so that when you're shaking it, you still have that cool star design. So now I'm going in and just cutting a simple card base. I'm using my Cat Scrappiness bone folder. I love this bone folder because one side is pointed, but the other side has that flat edge, making it really easy to crease your cards. And then for the base layer, I cut a piece of dark navy cardstock. I used some of this color in the little banner bits that I cut, those little triangles, but I also wanted this color in the back to kind of matte my center card. And I'm just using some simple glue runner. You can also use liquid adhesive for this. Once I was done, I'm going to attach that background star paper. This is going to be, again, the background of my shaker, so I can just attach it directly onto my card right away. So I'm using that same glue runner just to make sure I have it centered, since I want that cover plate to frame my shaker, and I want to make sure that the stars are only seen inside of the shaker screen or window. Now to attach the plastic, I cut the plastic down to the same size as this cover plate, and then I'm just going in with some liquid adhesive. If you have a favorite liquid adhesive, put a comment in the description box. I'm always looking for new glues to try out, and if you have a favorite, let me know. This one is great. It dries quickly and it works with the clear plastic. And I'll have all of my supplies used in the description box. But it's always nice to find out what other crafters are using. To make sure that I have it pressed down firmly, I used a piece of white cardstock and just pressed it down and then put it aside to dry. And it does dry clear, so it works great with the clear plastic. Next, I'm going in with my foam tape. The foam tape I'm using is kind of wide for this project, so I was able to cut 3 strips out of that one piece of foam tape just to make sure it was thin enough to go around all of the edges. And I didn't have to put foam tape anywhere else, since I'm going to have the shaker bits go everywhere within that center window. Next, it was time to attach my little squares, my little triangles, my little banners to my cover plate. I wanted, again, these different colors of blue, so I decided to go in with one blue and stick with the same color order. So I'm just attaching these with the glue runner. It's super easy to do. They go on perfectly because we use those dies that are included in the set, and they fit perfectly within these little banner flag areas. So I'm just going in with one of each of the shades that I cut out, and then I went in with the same order all the way across the project. It kind of gives it a really nice look because all the colors go together, but they're in that same order. So it really looks like it was one banner just strung across that center card. Once I was done, I went in and then I matted my center greeting, and I used 2 shades of blue that I used on those banners. After I was done, it was time to add these little sprinkles. They're so colorful and so cute. You have these little mouse heads and you have these bright, fun colors. They're just really festive. I thought it was fun too because I used all of the blues, the white, the silver throughout my card, but then the sprinkles has these pops of yellow and pink and green. It just makes it really festive and really fun. Now it's time to place my card, my frame, on top of those sprinkles. It was really easy to line up, and you just want to make sure you press down so that none of those sprinkle bits and pieces fall out. After I used foam tape on the sentiment and the Quokka, I thought it just looked better on this type of card. I also didn't want the Quokka to be glued directly on it since we did have the plastic and then some layered paper with those banners. It just made the Quokka sit a little easier on top of my card. But I did use glue runner for the cake since it was just glued right onto that little image. I hope you enjoyed today's project and will try out a fun shaker card using the layered party banner cover plate. Have a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.